One of the biggest things that we've really just tried to get most of our students to understand, the students that get it, it's game over, but is the fact that there's actually a way to figure out a strategy that you can trust from point A to point B, regardless of what your obstacles are, regardless of how low your GPA is right now, regardless of whether you've been rejected before. Does it make it easy? No, it doesn't. But this is the point I'm trying to communicate. Like every single person that is applying to PT school either has a strategy or they're just guessing. Like that's it.
Turning dreams into reality.
Hey, what is up? How you doing? My name is Ngugi. I'm a physical therapist, one of the co-founders of Pre-PT Grind, where we help you become an absolutely amazing future physical therapist. And today I want to talk to the students that are doing this one thing that might actually be costing you a lot more than you realize. So I'm going to talk about the one mistake that most students don't even realize they're making, but it's costing them big. All right, so let's dive in. And then, of course, after you watch this and you find value in it, or if you find value in it, feel free to share it with a friend or someone else that you think would value this. And of course, be sure to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. But let's dive in. So the number one mistake that most students don't even realize they're making is they let their emotions guide them as opposed to their strategy. Now, for the last few years, one of the things that we've tried to get, students that we've worked with or students that follow us to understand is that this whole process of getting into PT school or becoming a physical therapist doesn't have to be guesswork. And a lot of times what happens is, and we've just watched for the last several years, is a lot of times students feel like they just have to watch what other people are doing. It's like, okay, I think my classmates are starting to apply, so I guess I'll apply now. Or I'm seeing that my peers are doing this, so I'll start doing it right now. Or, oh wait, they're working on their essays. Okay, I'm gonna start working on my essays right now. And it's like a game of catch up. And what happens is you're really lost. You're basically guessing the entire time. And so one of the biggest things that we've really just tried to get most of our students to understand, the students that get it, it's game over, but is the fact that there's actually a way to figure out a strategy that you can trust from point A to point B, regardless of what your obstacles are, regardless of how low your GPA is right now, regardless of whether you've been rejected before. Does it make it easy? No, it doesn't. But this is the point I'm trying to communicate. Like every single person that is applying to PT school either has a strategy or they're just guessing. That's it. If you don't have a strategy, you're guessing. And what happens is, if I don't have a strategy, then I'm basically letting my emotions guide me. If I'm excited, I feel like I'm locked in and ready to go. If things don't go how I thought they were gonna go, now I'm at a very steep low and I have nothing to hold on to. So one of the biggest things that I want you to understand from this video is that you need to start asking yourself, what's my strategy? Do I have a strategy? Do I have someone that can help me create a strategy, right? Whether it's us or somebody else, I need a strategy, because when things go well, I don't want to let my highs and lows dictate everything. Like when you have a low, I've seen lows take students out for weeks, like weeks at a time. If I have 2 or 3 weeks where I'm not able to do anything because I feel like I'm not capable, or I feel really low, or I feel lost or overwhelmed, then that's time that's been lost. Time that I could have used getting myself closer to my dream, right? So if I have a strategy though, even when I'm low, I have something to hold on to. Does that make sense? I have something to lean in on. And so that's the biggest thing that I've seen a lot of students make. It's a mistake where we let our emotions guide us as opposed to a strategy, because this is life. There's gonna be highs, there's going to be lows. There's gonna be good weeks and good days. There's gonna be bad days. There's gonna be classes that you do great in. There's gonna be classes that you struggle in. But if you don't have a strategy or a process to trust, a process that has worked for other students like yourself, it's gonna be very difficult to figure out how to navigate your way out of the low points. And that's what I don't want to steal, your acceptance letter. I don't want that to steal your ability to, feel like a strong applicant. That's where all the magic is. So if there's one thing that I could just ask you to start looking for is, what is my strategy? That should be your question after this video. Like, grab a piece of paper and ask yourself, what's my strategy? Do I know what my strategy is? Do I even know how this whole application process works? Like, do I even know what I should be focusing on right now? Do I know those things? And if I don't assume that because you don't know, I'll just figure it out later. Like that's not gonna cut it, trust me. Far too many students do that. Yeah, I'll just figure it out later. I'll just wait till I'm ready to apply, or I'll just wait until next summer, or I'll just wait until a different time. And what's happening is you're constantly delaying everything. And if you constantly delay it, now you're basically forced to do everything last minute. And those are the students that usually at the very last moment are freaking out. They're like, wait, I didn't know I had to get this done, or I didn't know I had to get that done. When in reality, they had so much control, they had so much time well beforehand to become very strong applicants or very strong students or whatever it is that they're trying to do. They could have done that already had they actually had a strategy. So ask yourself, do I have a strategy? If you don't have a strategy, then you have to start asking yourself, who can help me create one? Who can help me create one? Who do I know, whether it's us or somebody else, who do I know that can actually help me figure out what I should be focusing on right now, what I should be leaning on right now, what to do when things go well, what to do when things don't go well, so that at the end of the day, I still get to my end goal of becoming a physical therapist. That's the game. That's how this thing works. You don't have to guess. You really don't have to guess. Like, if you're, like, signs that you're guessing are you're applying to more than 10 schools. That's a sign that you're guessing. Signs that you're guessing are you're looking over your shoulder and seeing what other students are doing just to see where you line up. That's guessing. Like signs that you're guessing are you always feel overwhelmed. You don't really know what's happening. Like if you're guessing, if you're shooting in the dark, you're not giving yourself the best chance of becoming a physical therapist. You just have to ask yourself, what's the cost of shooting in the dark? What's the cost of guessing? If I'm a pre-PT and I'm guessing my way through and I don't get accepted to PT school because I was just guessing, that's a whole year that I miss of being a physical therapist. Like, that's how you have to start thinking. You really can't afford to guess. So start asking yourself, how can I get as specific as possible? How can I create a game plan now? How can I find out from somebody else? How can I get guidance, mentorship, whatever it is? How can I have somebody else show me how to figure this thing out so that I'm not guessing? If you do that, then when your emotions are high or low, you always perform. You always show up. You always know what to do next. And that's where the magic's at. And students that do that kill it every time. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to us. Feel free to comment below, but be sure to also like and subscribe and share this out with somebody else that you know would value it. So that's it. See you on the next video. Much love.